Hello, welcome to Quackalope. Thank you for being here. Today we're gonna be playing Arydia. Let's try that again. Hello, welcome to Quackalope. Thank you for being here. Today we are playing Arydia.
You can't get it. Do you need me to say?
I want to put an R in it. I want to put an R after the D.
Arydia by Far Off Games.
The paths we dare tread. Now, I know this is already live on Kickstarter. This has already raised over $1 million. This is already a very successful and popular campaign. And there's not a lot of gameplay out. There's only been a few floating prototypes. I know Board Game Co. had this before us. We actually stole it from him, learned how to play it with him. And he said, you know, outside of just doing coverage and content and talking about it, which everyone's already fairly familiar if they're paying attention at all, he said this would be the perfect game for me to sit down and play.
Oh, it's the perfect game for you because it has so much story.
It's story-driven RPG, character creation. It is, you know, if you took D&D and laid it down on the table and gave you a framework to play in, I really am compelled by this. So much so that after playing it at Alex's, I went straight over to the Kickstarter and full-backed it.
Did you?
I did.
You didn't even reach out to them?
I didn't.
And say hey?
They don't even know I'm producing this yet.
Gotcha.
So, hi, Arydia.
Arydia.
I cannot wait to get your final copy of this game. Yes, we did steal the prototype from Board Game Co. No, we haven't talked yet, and we're just going to hang out and play it. It's like 1 a.m. right now. We've been filming and vlogging and producing content for the channel. It's been a fairly productive week so far. Yep. Lots of editing, lots of stuff down here in the Maryland studio. And if you're watching, we're just going to hang out. We're going to be a little silly. We're going to be a little goofy. You've read through the entire rule book. That doesn't mean we're going to get everything perfect, but we're going to do our best. And so if you just want to hang out, spend time with us, get a good dive into this game, or jump around and kind of see highlights and points throughout the course of it. Honestly, as far as I'm concerned, we're just going to film and play until we're tired or until we've explored all the content available.
Sounds good.
So that's the plan. And now we stop worrying about you. Okay, so character creation. Let's go ahead and start with that.
Would you like to take the Path of Valor?
I think we start with our characters.
Yes, but those are all paths, and I can tell you what paths they are.
Path of Valor, Path of Wandering, Path of Light.
Wandering, not
or
wonder.
Path of Shadow. What are you thinking?
There's one that you can't take, because I'm taking it.
I have a feeling you're taking the Path of Shadow.
Good guess.
Are you?
Good guess.
Okay, I took the Path of Light last time, and I think we were playing with the Path of Valor already, so I'm going to take the Path of Wandering. Do some ranged, like, elven and human characters. Now, inside of these sleeves, we're going to find, by the way, the prototype's just insane. We're going to find dual-layered player boards.
What color? Yours was green. There you go.
With our character elements, with our body and gear cards and skill and head and all of that. I'm going to make sure that I have everything still contained in this top camera here, which I think I do. So what you're going to be seeing here is going to be my character's name, title, race, class, abilities, skills, skill slots, all of that nonsense. Over here is going to be the items, gear, armor that I'm wearing, along with my health stats, my magic stats, my spell points, all of that. This is where you're going to be doing your action selection. And then over here is going to be the potential areas that I could start upgrading myself throughout the course of the campaign. Which is super exciting because there's a ton of skills and abilities, and you can actually drop yours down even with mine, and the camera will still be able to see it.
I like to have room beneath it, though.
Okay, well then I'll pop mine up a little bit more.
We don't need that much space.
Let's compromise. Let's meet in the middle. You come down just a little bit. I start walking your way. You start walking mine. We meet in the middle, neath that old Georgia pine.
I don't know what you're singing.
We gain a lot of ground. We meet in the middle.
What song is it?
It's a country song that is really cute if two people know it.
Oh, cool. Well, I don't.
Okay.
You can show it to me after.
Awkward. So I'm going to go ahead and start equipping. I've got my dingy legs. I got a rotting quiver.
Dingy, not dingy.
Dingy legs, rotting quiver, cracked bow. I mean, I'm not looking that good, to be honest. I have a threadbare cloak, which is going to be my head and chest slot. And then I have a hunting knife as well. So this is actually not going to be in my hand. This is I think just positioned anywhere it can fit. So I'm going to put him on my right shoulder and right arm up here. Along with that, we're going to need to do
D20 goes there.
Some stat points and upgrades. So let's see here. If you're playing as... What race would you like to be? Dwarf, human, halfling, or elf?
Where's the halfling?
Up there.
I'll be a halfling. I was an elf last time.
Okay, well, I'm going to be an elf this time. A ranger elf sounds pretty classic. Sounds like fun to me. So we'll pop that out. Our character card.
It shows
race.
your stats on the back along with
Elf.
flavor text.
A wise but reclusive people. The least populous race. There are fewer and fewer elves. They are the eldest, but also their strength is waning. Elves love stillness and silence. Racial skill is going to be Lightfoot. At any time, exhaust and ignore difficult terrain for the rest of the turn. Refresh skill at town. And who are you?
Who am I?
Who am I?
I'm a halfling. A charming and jolly people. Oh no, that's not right. It's rare for a halfling to be seen alone. They are incredibly clever and can hardly refuse an opportunity to show their smarts. Halflings love community.
Nice.
Racial skill. I have grit. Before making a roll, I can exhaust and roll twice, keeping the higher roll, and I refresh my skill in town.
Okay. So right now I'm filling
all
in...
of these should be unlocked, because you see to unlock them, it's just by choosing them.
Okay, nice.
So they're all unlocked for us.
And those are our skills and abilities. I think
Usually when we go through our skill tree, you'll have to unlock your skills.
I only had one to start with, which is a little... Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah, only one.
All the characters start with 3.
No, I didn't. I didn't start with 3. My identity is going to be... Elf. Why are you clapping?
Pause.
What are you
I'm
clapping?
doing other 2 skills.
We're not.
Did you open this yet?
No, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Yeah, they're in there. We'll just... The clap is a thing that indicates that we're making a cut on this video. I told y'all we're hanging out. We're playing games. We're not making cuts.
Alrighty.
All right. Let's see here. So this is my Path of the Wandering. I had not opened that yet. I have all of these reference cards, which are actually, I mean, if you wanna get like hats off for amazing reference material, this is awesome.
An amazing prototype, you can mean.
I mean, but the fact that the prototype itself has a ton of reference material is fantastic.
Yeah.
So some of these things need little slots. You got anything that needs little slots put in?
What?
Lightfoot has an action indicator.
Oh, I actually do. I need one, please.
Attached to it. Here you are. Sorry, I threw it at you.
Thank you.
All my stats are going to be at a maximum of 3.
My identity. Halfling. Halfling was my race, I believe.
Yep.
My class is this. Sneak.
Class is sneak, yeah.
You need to pick names and titles.
I wonder, do I have these things yet?
Yes.
I do?
Yes.
Because I also have a practice shirt and practice pants. We're just not using the practice stuff, I assume.
Let's
just skip over the practice stuff.
I'm not sure you start with this stuff.
Yeah, we'll skip over the practice stuff.
Well, I don't have anything that's upgraded yet. I only have my practice stuff.
But mine came with me.
These are all... Is your chest empty?
My chest is empty.
You only get your chest when you get rewards.
Oh no. So you don't get all this fun stuff?
No, I'm glad you enjoyed having a preview of it, but you don't get that. This is all the fun information you find when you read the rules.
Okay. But I thought it'd be so cool.
No, you're not that cool.
And now I just have this lame practice shirt and practice pants and practice quiver.
You can go without pants, I mean, if you'd like, or without your
practice
shirt.
bow. Okay. Name, title is going to be Drifter.
Alright, I have 3 health points. I have to sneeze. Oh, it went away. I looked at the light.
What are all these little cubes used for?
Not entirely sure, to be honest. That one I don't remember.
Okay. The other cool thing is you get to select a head to put onto your body.
Oh, I don't have a body to put it on yet.
So
it's hard to do that.
Here's your Shadow Path body.
Thank you. Oh, he's so cute. Okay.
And I took the...
Well, this is the head that matches my character.
Yeah.
And this is your head. You didn't choose the red-headed guy.
No, that's the dwarf.
Okay.
I did the elf this time.
I see that.
Or a blonde folk.
Mm.
So you see? The heads just pop on. They fit so well. It's so cool. It's so weird, but so nice when you get to, like, do your own thing. You get to make your own character. Okay. I think I'm set up.
1, 2, 3. You still need a name. And you still need a title. You see that whole pile?
So, we have a variety of names and titles. How do titles come? You choose the title as well?
Yes. And then you can introduce your character.
I would like to be...
Oh, they're all double-sided.
Ooh.
Estmore?
Yeah.
How are you going to pronounce it was the question.
Hello. My name is Estmore Drifter Elf, the Skittish. My people are free folk, and the reason we still live is because we
Is it out of order?
scurry away like the field.
So your title goes second.
My name is Estmore Elf Drifter, the Skittish.
Estmore, the skittish elf.
My name has hidden like my character.
Alright. Cold, hungry, silent, timid, clumsy.
There's not a lot of good traits.
I'll be the silent. Tippy, the silent halfling who sneaks. Mine's actually fitting.
I like it.
Okay.
I think we're ready to start playing.
Did you put in all your skills and your max hit points and mana points and stamina?
I did. I have my whole board created. Now, let's read through our abilities here. Lightfoot. While in combat, spend marker to move 5 and ignore difficult terrain. Super cool. Snipe. Deal target X as long as I have a far range to do so. Very cool. And mark. Place marker on target monster's card. Next attack against mark. Remove marker and gain +5 to attack. After you attack, you may trigger 1 critical spot.
I'm organizing all my cards. So, did you take a look at this card? If you flip it over, it shows you your tree.
Your progression?
It shows you which ones you start with and what they can lead to and how you can scale up. And then it gives you information about all of your things that you're equipped with.
I love all the reference cards and material and
I don't know
gear.
where my trap thing is.
Your trap?
You started with 4 practices, right?
Yeah.
Are any of these hide?
You might not have it yet. It could be one of your upgrades. I bet it's in your treasure chest.
I bet so's too. Alright, you can go off to the side. And then hide I have available. I have backstab available. Don't have poison. Where's... I don't have these yet. Cool.
Okay. So, if you're just cutting into this point, it's because I wanted a moment to say hello to those of you that just skipped the character creation section of the game and said, give me the gameplay. We'll give you something. Probably gameplay.
Okay. Do you want to put our party marker on there and tell me
this?
What? Yep.
So, this board is so cool because it has these little, like, 2-layer flip tiles on it. But we're starting here in the Exiles Camp. We need big 0, or we could take POI 1.
POI goes on big 0.
Then we need big 0.
They all come in these fancy little things.
Yeah. Big, long, medium, small.
Here is your big 0.
Ooh, we read the back of it. We look at the beautiful artwork. Yep, this is right.
I just want to make sure I didn't hand you 2.
Threadbare tents stand here, flaps swaying lightly in the breeze. As you draw nearer, the din of the camp washes over you. Voices buzz in excitement, swords clang in practice, and as you approach, a mustached man beckons you.
Mm.
Ooh. Ooh, doggy. So we are locking into this location. And to start with, we're just entering and exploring this tile. There's some areas that we could interact with.
I actually believe you are correct. We could have done the point of interest.
We could have, I told you.
Yeah, we could do it after.
We have Event 13, we have NPC 0, and we have Medium 0 if we wanted to go up into that direction. So go ahead and spawn
Events
yourself.
Get a little event marker.
Okay.
If any character comes within the range of it, you have to trigger it.
It'll trigger. So, do you want to go explore a tile, talk with an NPC, or just start the event?
Event.
Event? You're going to go straight for the event? Okay, pull up there, and you're going to pull Event 13. Do you want me to manage the cards?
No.
Okay.
You have enough to do with your funny voices.
Thank you.
Event 13, you said?
Mm-hmm. That's the one. So one of the most interesting parts of this game, and one of the things that I love, is that when you engage in character dialogue, you have two options.
Okay.
You can either engage in back and forth dialogue with an NPC, having a conversation like you would in a role-playing game. Not sure his favorite approach, but we're going to try it out. Or you could actually give them the options to the story and allow them to kind of like pick the hierarchy of what they want to engage with. There's just so many ways you can role-play this along with the game itself. And it's created a formula that allows you to do so. So, around the camp. Around the camp. So I asked him where he got the fish. The small crowd erupts with laughter as you draw near. A tall man with long blonde hair is at the center at attention. He eyes you cautiously as you approach. We don't often see new faces. Where do you hail from? State your answer, then flip the card.
I hail from Sneak.
Sneak. Ah, yes. I should have guessed by the smell. More laughter. The man slaps his companion on the back, and they saunter off chortling. The crowd begins to disperse. Exiles mill around, tightening packs, sharpening swords, and preparing for the day ahead. Gain 1 experience, and we're both going to get experience points because we're both involved in this.
Yep.
As little as you'd like to be.
Experience is how we level up our characters.
And rip up this card.
It's not rip up its card, it is put it away.
One of our inside jokes is right now the card iconography for put the card away does look like a big dash in the center. This is not a legacy game. You're not ripping components.
No.
Don't freak out. I just think it's funny.
Of course you do.
Okay, was that all we do?
Yes.
Okay, so we've interacted there.
What would you like to do?
I would like to, I think, go ahead and interact with the NPC. NPC 0.
Okay. NPC 0.
Now, this card's going to give you some indicators.
I understand.
And you're not super comfortable role-playing on
We're
camera.
going to try it.
But you're welcome to try it.
I am the guild leader, Thades. Half Evelyn man. Demeanor, I'm gruff. Actions, I rub my hands. A weather-beaten man stands here, warming his hands by the fire. After all that training, the day has arrived. Time to get out there and do the guild proud. If you want a little warm-up before you go hunting squills, you can fight the practice dummy one more time. Let me know when you're ready to leave.
Squills? What are squills, good sir?
Squills! Squills are the small wooden coins given to exiles in exchange for help. Your goal is to collect the most squills by harvest in order to receive a pardon.
A pardon? Interesting.
That seems to fall outside my recollection.
You said practice dummy. What were you talking about?
Practice dummy. I was working on a more powerful dummy. One that would really challenge you, but it's gone missing. Anyway, the old one still works fine. When you're ready to head up to the field, I'll get you going.
And we were preparing for something? I'm sorry, I'm new here. I really don't know what's going on.
That seems to fall outside my recollection.
Alright, I'll go fight the practice dummy.
Okay.
So, that's how it plays. Now, you could have also given
me... you're ready to start the hunt? Sorry, I just read the end.
You could have also given me some trigger points. So, instead of role-playing it, you could have read his dialogue and then offered me up...
The guild or leave?
The guild or leave. Okay, so leave is how I'm departing, And I didn't find out about the guild. I didn't remember to ask about it.
You sure you're ready to start the hunt?
I'm
You gotta
ready.
give me an answer.
I'm ready to start the hunt.
Yes. All right. Draw event 0.
Oh, I really had to give you an answer, didn't I?
Yes.
Nice.
I said I needed an answer. And now he goes back inside his NPC little box. Event 0. Morning address. The mist of the morning is beginning. The mist of the morning is beginning to clear off.
Sorry, the trumpet had to go off.
They don't say anything about trumpets. All exiles, packed and ready to embark, gather around the fire. Thades rises and addresses everyone. Having been an exile myself, I've dedicated my life to helping the downtrodden and the outcasts. I'm sure you all have your reasons for being...
So sorry. So sorry. Continue.
I'm sure you all have your reasons for being here, such as interrupting me. As they speak, you think about your own exile. Each player now draws and secretly reads, do not share with the other players, the key card based on race. So, your race is elf. Key cards.
I haven't read this one before.
No? I don't know where key cards are.
You want me to look for them?
It says key. If you can find key cards.
Key, NPC, Mon, job. Key is right here. A tiny little sliver.
Cool. Can you take out the halfling one, HA, and your elf one, EL?
HA?
Key HA? Yep.
And key EL?
Yep.
Okay. And we will read these privately out loud to the audience.
Go forth and remember your training. Bates finishes. This now transitions the NPC.
If you please close your ears.
Okay.
You have a distinct scar on your left hand. You're not sure how you got it. It tingles and pains you sometime. Placeholder art. Keep this card secret from other players for now. Ooh. My story evolves, a mystery, only for my ears, well, and yours. It's a good thing she wasn't listening.
I wasn't actually. I was trying to find... It says to
I'll go ahead and close my ears, too.
It said to make the NPC into the B one. Are there more? Here they are, back here. So the NPC 0 becomes B.
That's how your characters or your interactable elements are going to upgrade, because you see the same people time and time again throughout the story.
All right.
Don't worry, ears are closed.
Ears are closed? Okay. A wax seal on the corner of a torn parchment. The only link you have to your previous life. Try as you might, you can't decipher its meaning. There's a placeholder with some art. Keep this card secret from other players from now.
I love the element of like our own
here.
Personal stories developing and evolving. It makes you feel even more tied to the character that you're playing.
Nope.
Okay.
And then I put this card away.
So, seems like in this beginning tutorial, the only thing we have left to do is fight the dummy. Or we could leave. We don't even have to fight the dummy.
You mean go to the field?
But we just found out. Yeah, we just found out about the dummy. We could also just leave the tile and go do the third encounter.
We could.
But let's do everything we can.
Okay.
Okay. Let's move up to the dummy.
So when one character moves, all the characters follow him.
So we're going from here to medium 0.
Medium 0.
Okay.
See how it lines up over there? You want to read it?
Oh, I do want to read it.
Of course you want to read it.
You see a small clearing where the ground has been well worked by exiles practicing all forms of combat. All right, you're next. You walk over and take your place. Thade starts the practice dummy. It wheels out from around the pond. It begins to wobble towards you. Start this combat on any space adjacent to starting point X. So, connects right there. And we're starting anywhere adjacent to starting point X.
Do you like to find the monster?
Wobble, 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 wobble. Is it in here?
The dummy. He has a character. He's Monster 0.
This is remarkably adorable.
Oh, look at him.
Wobble, wobble, wobble,
He's right
wobble,
there.
wobble.
He should have some... So what did it call him?
It's a practice dummy.
Monster 0. Here you go.
There might be multiple cards. Practice dummy rolls around here, making exaggerated gestures of attack and defense. It should have its health card as well.
There you go.
So, combat is going to work by engaging, either through ranged or melee, and we're going to be adding little damage cubes and markers up here to the practice dummy's location. This will be, well, how we end up defeating them. Now, combat will escalate as you get into the more advanced game with things like trigger points, defensive locations, and other types of puzzles that you're solving. But for now, we're just going to be fighting back and forth. Is this the activation deck?
That's the threat deck. And that's how the dummy will fight us.
Okay.
So, before we even do anything, the dummy draws the first card.
It is going to go ahead and add to its track. Do we have the track? So, we might have misplaced the track that we were looking for, but luckily we found it referenced in the rulebook. So we're going to use that to track our progression and their progression here on the board. So that indicates that this creature is going to gain 1 threat, which is going to increase its potential attack power when it's its turn to go. So,
Do you know how we increase our combo?
by moving and acting.
Correct. Just double checking if you knew.
Okay, would you like to go first?
No, you can go first.
Okay.
You can even be placed closer to him.
Well, I think I want to try to do this. So I'm going to go 1, 2, and then I'm 1, 2, 3. I need to be 3 spaces away. So 1 forward, which is going to up our combo. What is a little water symbol?
It costs a mana point.
Okay, so I'm going to spend 1 mana point. So this goes up. Then I'm going to trigger a mana point to use a deal target X damage to 2 locations. So I have to roll this, and do you know what I'm hitting on?
What does it say?
It says
Your
X.
bow.
With my bow. So 12 plus will do 2 hits.
Uh-huh. And you can, so I got a role-playing cube. Can you pass me a blue one? That can add 3 to any dice level. You didn't say on your card? Did not say on your card that you got a role-playing cube.
18. That means I'm going to be doing all of my hits, the regular hits and the bonus hits. So the way this works is I do 1 hit and then I have 2 that spike off from the side. Right now, I'm just going to go here and spike 1 up like this. So I just get...
Mm-hmm.
Okay? That was 1 activation with my practice bow.
Okay.
Can I take a... And I had to move as well. So feet, practice bow. Can I take a second shot with practice bow for another mana point? 12. Other side. Bing!
So it's technically...
I'm not using my quiver.
What did you use?
Using my bow with my action. Regular bow
So I
held.
believe you would place it on the action. Because if you use the bow, you would see the quiver and do the...
See quiver? So it'd be here and here?
Well, if you were just using the bow by itself, if you're using your snipe skill...
You think I place it over here?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. However...
What was your third action? Oh, you...
That's it. I moved, shot my
Okay.
bow.
Sounds good.
So you might be able to finish it off if you can get up there.
So I'm going to move... What's his hits that I need to get? They're in a little square. Alright, so I'm putting this on my feet to move 3. So I do have to pay attention to line. Which way did you traverse?
I went sideways.
Okay. I'm just making sure you didn't cross any uncrossable lines. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And white lines block line of sight.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't see him. I'm going to have to move again. And so then I will go 1, 2. So I got 2 combos.
Okay. You can just leave it below. It doesn't have to be on top.
1. And so our combo is up to here. And then with my third, I'm going to use my knife. I have a range of 3. Oh, I would have had to have a cube on it to use that range of 3. I have a range of 1. So I will move a little closer. And he's not blocked by anything there. I'm going to move 1 step. Oh, did we trigger the monster? He triggers in between each turn.
One more. Boss or 1. He's just going to go up 1.
There we go. Alright. Now I'm next to him because I used my 3rd movement to move closer. And I'll use my knife. I have a range of 1. I need 12 or higher. My die. 6.
It's not
Even using my 3, I won't get to 12, so I'm just going to leave it at a 6. And I get 1 hit. So I will put a damage. And the hits are technically coming down, so I would have gone either here or here.
Yeah, every weapon you have has a area of effect. Like my bow and arrow can hit anywhere, whereas like knives and clubs have a directionality to them.
Oh, I actually don't have a directionality. You see, yours has an arrow. Mine don't. It's just a random. It's a random one.
Random ping.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Now he's going to go again. So he's going to just beef up again. He's going to be bad if he hits one of us, but I think we can knock him out before he does that.
Yeah.
I get my actions back. I'm going to use my quiver, which hit anywhere.
You needed.
I had to have used them.
No, I just don't know how. Those are different squares.
Okay.
And I'm not sure how you can access those.
I assume I had something. Like I had to have had arrows. My thought is these are the arrows I get to use.
Correct.
So
this one would give you a +1 range, and this one would give you a different type of strike.
Yeah.
But do they replenish? I believe it's an action to replenish it.
Or have I was using my mana points to do snipe, so I don't know that I needed to use those at the moment.
Okay.
So I'm going to do my mana point again.
But you would be using your bow, which you would have had to have used it to figure out which side.
But they're magic arrows. And it changes the condition of the hit.
Yeah.
I'm not 100% sure, but role-playing it, I feel like I could shoot magic blue arrows.
Yeah. Yeah, I would agree with the snipe. That would be your direction.
So 5, referencing the bow, is going to give me 1 hit. So, bing, right there. And then I don't have any.
Go there.
I don't have any mana points left.
You can't go there. Which one are you using?
No, I'm using my snipe again.
You're still using your snipe?
Yeah, I had 1 more of it. I used all my mana points.
Okay.
So now I'm going to go ahead and utilize my quiver by going here, or I'm going to use my bow with references my quiver, and I think I will have covered that up. So I'm going to take this action here, which if I get it, will deal 2 damage down. Which I did. Practice dummy has been defeated. Draw event 12. Oh, and we get loot and 1 experience, by the way.
Okay.
How do we determine what loot we get?
What? Can I see the symbol?
Loot.
It's not loot. It's telling us that we loot him and we get an experience point.
Well, you've defeated the dummy many times, but you feel a little off today. No, this is not the wrong one. If you are defeated by the dummy. No, we're not defeated by the dummy. Take that back.
It says if you're defeated by the dummy.
No, we didn't. We weren't defeated by the dummy.
12.
We defeated the dummy.
You told me to draw 12.
I read the card. Okay, we have finished off the dummy. We take the loot, which is experience, and now we're back to exploring the world.
He comes off. He goes onto his guard.
Which is, may I just say, adorable. It looks like there's a little small area we could explore, or we could go back here and interact with the NPC again.
I want to go to the small area.
Okay, small 0.
Alright, a hole in the ground. You push your way through the bush and find the entrance to a small cave. Though it's not very deep, the far side of the cave is quite dark. Medium 0. Go right over here.
And you can interact with. Are you going to go explore that?
Go both here. And I'm going to interact with a point of interest 0. Point of interest 0. Can you read it for me?
I certainly can. You find yourself in a small cave. You can still make out some sounds coming from outside. It doesn't seem like anyone has been back here for a while, but there's some sort of tracks here in the dirt.
What tracks?
What tracks? You see a pair of tracks leading deeper into the cave. Though it's quite dark here, you think you could search for where the track ends.
Let's go. Let's go find it.
Go ahead and roll an intelligence check then.
3. How much did I need?
You needed 5.
I will use my role-playing point to get 6.
You search and find something
I
of note.
would have had 1 from the intelligence also as well.
You search and find something of note. Gain key 0, then banish this card, and I get a role-playing cube this time.
Congratulations.
Woo! Look at me go.
Key 0.
Banished.
Okay, I will put it away later. Keys are secret. I will secretly read it out.
Oh, I'll close my ears.
Okay. I don't actually think this one's a secret. Advanced dummy. You discover the broken remains of a practice dummy. Unlike the normal dummy, this one looks cunningly crafted. Keep until you find the trigger text on another card. Then draw event 1. Trigger text, guild leader Thades. We found him before.
So let's go back to him. All right.
No, then I draw event 1. Oh, I have to go back and find him?
So let's go back to guild leader Thades. Please pool NPC 0.
He advanced already.
He did advance already, and this time I get to play him. Half-elven man, demeanor gruff, actions rubbing hands, quirk, deep voice. Your mentor is here, giving last advice and wishing exiles well as they depart. Well, no use waiting around. This region is a good spot for the guild. Lots of people needing help. I just heard of some pests causing trouble nearby, and there's a village not too far from here where you could pick up some jobs. Would you like to roleplay this, or would you like the option of the text options?
What region?
The continent of Arydia. It's as diverse as the races which call it home.
Is it Arydia?
The guild is operating here in the basin.
Basin?
The grassland here. They're surrounded by mountains on all sides, thus the name. It was once a part of a mighty kingdom, but most of that now lies in ruins.
I believe you would get it for reading it, and I can't. And you already have one, you can't get more than one. You can keep it off to the side. Did you mention a village?
I did mention a village. Fellsworn Village. It's nearby. Just head north across the plains and you'll be at the gates.
I have to remember to do that. Pests?
Pests. I did mention pests. I'd heard rumors. The pests were reported near Ragged Junction. To get there, just follow the path west and then head north once you hit the main road.
Main road?
Can't say I know much about that. I'm so sorry.
Where can I get a job?
Job? Well, the guild has lots of job boards in the villages and towns. They don't usually provide squills, but you need to earn some coin. That's a good place to start.
Alright.
Can't say I know much about that.
You weren't very helpful. However, I get to draw event 1.
Can't say I know much about that.
I know, you don't know much. At all.
Can't say I know much about that.
Event 1.
So, if you haven't noticed, one of my favorite parts is the weird electronic repetitive dialogue loop that you can get into. I find it so funny.
Such fun.
I find it funny. Missing dummy. You explain to Thades that you found his missing dummy in a small cave near the practice field. Ah, so that's what happened to it, eh? Must have gotten something wrong to wander off like that. Well now, says Thades. I don't want to show any favoritism, but I had a little practice gear left over, so why don't you take it? Take all 8 set 0 basic items and divide them among the players as you see fit. Key 0, gain 1 experience, then rip up this card. There. Experience for you. And we get key 0 is gone as well, which I think is this one. Okay.
Alrighty.
So the practice gear, I'm sure we're going to divide this equally.
Yeah. Do you want a cracked flask, a cuff, or a second cuff, some boots, a glove, a knapsack, a helm, or another glove?
Do you want to pick first or no?
You can pick first.
Now, each of these things are going to start giving us armor and defensive points in different areas. I think for myself, though, I'm going to start by taking the cracked flask and putting it on my belt, which is going to give me health back if I drink from it.
I would... They're all the same level of power.
Yeah, it's just location.
I'm going to take a knapsack, though. It will give me some stamina points if I need.
Okay.
Can I have 2 gold coins?
I'm going to go ahead and put on a practice helm for myself.
These will always go back to 0 after a fight.
Which seems very nice.
What did you put on?
A practice helm.
Oh, nice.
A little bit of head covering.
Can I have one more for my knife? I didn't end up using it, and we're saying that we start with these cubes. I think I'd like the boots.
Okay. Now, do I want the cuffs or the gloves? So I'm already...
Or one of each.
I already have my quiver kind of on my shoulder.
Is that where it goes?
It doesn't show a location. You see, this shows a hand. I think it just takes up a spot.
I believe you can keep it back here.
Ooh. That would be
in your
nice.
inventory. I don't believe it takes up a spot.
So...
Unless it shows on the grid or a hand.
I'm going to take some cuffs then, if you want a pair of gloves.
Sure. We've got to have some gloves.
I know secretly you don't like cuffs very much.
No.
So the last time we played this together, you took everything from me.
I'm trying to be more charitable.
I was actually thought it would be funny if you took everything, and I was expecting you to do it again.
No.
Now, prototype nature, not everything perfectly fits in there.
I think I put a glove on my arm last time.
Oh, did you?
So that would fit.
So that it would fit. I mean, we could trade. I could give you one cuff and you could take one glove.
That sounds right.
Boom. Okay. We have our practice gear. I think now...
So we interacted with all of that up there.
So I think we've made it past the practice session.
I believe so.
So now I'm going to say goodbye to people and we're going to start episode 2.
Cool.
Just so that people can get to, like, bigger parts faster. Thanks for watching this prologue session. We're going to keep playing. It's just going to be on another video.